Shelly Shoosh. Welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year to all of you. I'm really excited about my first video of 2023 because this year I plan on taking my channel to the mothers and the homemakers out there, and I want to focus more on the motherhood lifestyle and homemaking that you all came here to see. So if you are new to my channel, I am a stay-at-home wife, mother, and homemaker. I have a 3.5-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son. On my channel, you will find day in the life vlogs, which shows the daily grind of motherhood, as well as ways that I make my children's lives very special and magical every day. I love to share tons of dinner recipes that are super easy always. And you will also find tons of hauls. I love to show decorating hauls, grocery hauls, just random shopping hauls. So before we get any further into the video, if you are not subscribed to my channel, hit pause right now and go ahead and subscribe, and we will get into what is happening today. So today's video is a homemaking habits video. I have written down all my tips and tricks for you guys. We're gonna go through the ways I make food, home life, and kid life easier on myself. These habits are just tips and tricks that I have picked up over the years of being a stay-at-home wife, mother, and homemaker. I want to share them with you guys just in case you need some motherhood or homemaker motivation, just some ways to help make things a little smoother and easier in your house. So the first thing we're going to talk about is food and meals. The number one habit that I always stick to is to meal plan. Meal planning is so important because it takes away from the stress of what am I going to cook today? What am I going to have for breakfast today? What are my kids going to have for lunch today? I plan out all of those things and I will show you a little clip. I have a meal planning checklist that I like to write down day by day, everything that we're going to eat, and then a shopping list on the side. I like to share over on Instagram my meal plans for the week previous, and I'll do that on Sundays. I also have a highlight saved on Instagram, so if you need some quick meal planning motivation, you can hop over to my Instagram account and you can find tons of stuff there already. I also like to share grocery hauls, which have the meal plan, the shopping list, and the haul all attached to it. And I will link a video right here for you guys if you need something for the upcoming week. The next thing that I do that goes along with meal planning is I will go through my fridge and I will see what is going bad for this week, what is still sitting around from last week that I can use towards meals. And I will take those and I will create meals around it. So this week I noticed that I have some Brussels sprouts left over in my fridge from last week. So I'm going to add that to my meal plan, and I'm going to do a sheet pan chicken meal with Brussels sprouts and sweet potatoes, which I also have left over from last week. The next thing I do is go through points and flyers to find any deals that I might be missing. I always want to shop as budget friendly as possible, and I know a lot of you are probably trying to do the same now that it is the new year. I will also go through Pinterest because I enjoy making meals for my family that people are excited about. I want to be excited about dinner every day, so I will go through Pinterest. I will search for recipes that I know everybody's gonna love, and that way I am excited all 5 days of the week when I am eating my dinners. Another quick tip for meal planning is to choose 2 different ripenesses of fruit. So I will buy something like clementines and apples. Those are gonna last a lot longer in the fridge, so I don't have to worry about them going bad. But then I will also buy super ripe bananas or super ripe mangoes, and of course berries. You know how quickly those spoil. So buy fruit that will have to be eaten right away, and then buy fruit that lasts a little bit longer, so throughout the week you have a good mixture of all the fruit and things are not spoiling on you in your fridge. And the last habit that I want to share with you about meal planning is that I will try to do one part of meal prep during nap time. My son still takes 2 naps during the day. His first nap is usually the easiest to get this done, so I will cut potatoes, I will boil rice, I will chop veggies up, I will season my meat. I will just have something done that will make things a lot easier on me once all the chaos of the evening begins. So the next thing I want to talk about are my actual in-home habits, and these are things that I use to make things just run a little more smoothly in my home every single day and just bring down the stress of motherhood It is stressful enough having children. I like to bring down the stress of motherhood as much as possible, especially when it's just me and my son at home. The first thing is I write absolutely everything down. Like I said, I write down my meal plans. I have a planner where I write down appointments. I write down goals for the week. I write down to-do lists. I write down all the things that I really don't want to do. And if there's something that I really don't want to do, like right now I need to fill out passport applications, I will set that for next week, because I know it has to be done, but I don't want to put the pressure on myself right this second. But it's written down and I know I have to get to it at some point, and I will do that next week. The next thing that I do absolutely every day is make my bed. And I'm sure you have heard this habit before, and it is a great one because making your bed every single morning will make you feel like you have accomplished something for the day. Even if you don't accomplish much that day, your bed will always be made, and it's so much nicer to get into a made bed at the end of the night. The next habit, and I think this is the habit that is probably the most important to me because it really does help with the stress of motherhood, that is that I do a midday pickup. So when my son goes down for his first nap of the day, I will get the dishes done, I will pick up all the toys, and I will vacuum. It's like a complete reset because the mornings are always crazy, as you mothers know. I will do a complete reset so that when he gets up in the afternoon, we're having lunch, we're doing activities, and things tend to stay a little bit cleaner until the evening time when my daughter and husband get home and everything blows up. Which brings me to my next point. In the nighttime, I do a major clean. Every single night, I will reset my home so that it is in perfect condition for the morning. I absolutely hate waking up to a dirty kitchen. I want my dishes to be done so that they are ready to be taken out of the dishwasher. I want all the rugs to be vacuumed because I don't want to be stepping on any goldfish in the morning. All the toys go back to their place, and my husband and I will take half an hour every single night to reset our home before we sit down to watch our nightly shows so that in the morning things run a lot smoother. The next thing that I really love to do in my home is set intentions by using diffusers and non-toxic candles. I love using essential oils. I do not sell them. I'm not trying to sell them to you. I love essential oils. I have used them since before I was pregnant with my first child. I feel like you can set the mood of your entire home by using essential oils or non-toxic candles. I have a diffuser in absolutely every room of my home, and I can really set the tone in each room by using the type of oil. So in my bedroom, I love a calming effect. I use lots of lavender oils in here. Unwind by Sage. In my kids' rooms, I like to use chamomile and lavender, eucalyptus with them. In my living room, I like to use something invigorating like orange and clove and pine, those types of scents that really get you going through the day. And then when I'm cooking, I love to light a non-toxic candle and just set the tone in my kitchen. Helps to cover up the smells of cooking. And I also really like burning non-toxic candles in my office when I'm working. My last home habit that I want to share with you is to keep a pickup bin. So I have a laundry basket that I keep in my laundry room, but I bring out to my living room, and then when I'm doing my pickup midday or my pickup at the end of the night, anything that does not belong in the living room goes into that basket, and then the next day I can just run from room to room and sort through it and put everything back where it belongs. This helps with the time that it takes to clean things up in the living room, and it helps put everything back in its place. So the last topic that I want to go over are things that I do to make things easier with my kids. And you know, if you have toddlers, life is hard enough. Anything that you can do to make things just a little bit easier, you should definitely try to do. So these are my kid habits. The first thing that really works for me is taking out a week's worth of clothes on Sundays for my kids. What I will do is take my phone and put it up and open up my weather app. I will look through all the days, and then I will pick out an outfit that goes with the weather, because I do live in Canada and it is very temperamental. We're in the middle of January and we are in the plus degrees, which is like unheard of. Usually it's like -40 right now, but today it's like 5 degrees outside. So I will go through my app and I will pick out clothes that go along with all of that. I will set up the shoes for my husband because my husband does drop off in the morning. I do pickups in the evening. I will set out socks and underwear and shoes so that everything runs smoothly in the morning. The next thing that I do is I declutter my kids' toys at least once a month. I will go through and I will get rid of anything that is a knickknack. They come home with little knickknacks from birthday parties and little treats that people bring to school for my daughter. She plays with them a little bit, but then they're just tiny pieces all over the place. We have enough toys to sustain an entire village, and we do not need the little tiny knickknacks. So I will just go through and get rid of anything that she is either not playing with anymore, anything that could be hazardous for my 1-year-old, or anything that is just cheap knick-knacky plastic. One of my favorite habits for my kids is setting up an occasion spin. If you are not familiar with an occasion spin, this is an idea brought to us by occasions.by Shakira on Instagram. She is fantastic. She is a Black mom, and she has created an occasion spin where you put a bunch of paper products for any type of holiday or season, and you leave it in your kitchen and you use it to create magic during mealtime and lunches and snacks for your kids. This is something that I've been doing for maybe the last 2 years now, and it is probably my favorite tradition and one of the most fun things that I have fun shopping for each season and each holiday. The next thing that I really like to do for my kids is to switch out their books very often. I switch out their books at least once a month, and definitely with every holiday. It keeps things interesting. We do read books all day with my son, and then I also always do a bedtime story with my daughter and my son at nighttime. This is something very special for them, very special for me, and super educational. It's a great habit for homemaking. And my very last homemaking habit for my kids is that I will set up a after school snack and activity before my daughter gets home, before I even leave to go pick her up, so that when she gets home, she can wash her hands, sit down at the dining table and do this activity and have her snack while I get dinner ready. This helps a whole bunch because after school things are crazy, just like first thing in the morning, and I need time to get everything together for dinner and make dinner, and it is a lot easier when at least half of my children are occupied. Usually by the time she finishes with her activities, she's ready to play with her brother a little bit, and then she occupies him for the rest of the time it takes me to finish dinner, and then my husband is home and all things are great. All right guys, so there are my homemaking habits that I use to help my home run a little more smoothly with food, home, and kids. I really hope that I gave you some inspiration, some motivation to get things done in 2023. Like I said before, if you are not subscribed to my channel, hit the pause button right now and go and subscribe, because I have tons to share with you this year. If you are a homemaker like me, you're going to want to be a part of it. You can follow me over on Instagram at mrs.shelly.shoosh, and I will catch up with you soon in a new video. Bye!